future is based on if they're going to do the right TikToks. Their future ain't on if they can sing. Their future is not judged on. Their future is on if they can say something that may fit a toxic mood. But if they sing a song about love that they really love, there's no place for it. And so that's where the conversation really is, because there's not a lot of platforms and a lot of places that are 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 making sure that we're free as artists, and especially R&B artists, to be black and sing like black people sing in the church and do ad-libs. It's like, yo, we need your record to be 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You need to do you need to do this, you need to do that. And then when you turn on your radio or you look at the playlist, they not, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know who's programming the playlist. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole thing of where is the state of R&B at right now? How did I get in the conversation? Because I'm launching a label, Love Records, and I love R&B. It's always been, just the number one thing that I love to do, And my favorite new artist, who I'm happy to say is on my album, has just joined us. Summer, what's up, Summer?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You look so pretty today.
Oh, thank you, sir.
As always.
I'm just glad for you to have me here. It's an honor.
Yeah, thank you. And it's just want to thank you for everything that you've done. It's especially when I look at what makes an R&B artist. Number one is vulnerability. And I just wanted to have a conversation with you. What do you think makes an R&B artist, and what do you make sure that you take with you in the studio and with your art form?
I definitely think storytelling and soul is what makes good R&B. Coming from a real place makes it easier to really connect with people instead of just letting someone just cook up something that you can't relate to, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. But as an R&B artist, do you feel like you have the opportunity to be exposed? How do you feel like being in a genre of R&B? Is it an easy road? Is it a hard road? Is it,
It's not an easy road because I feel like I can't make the music that I really want to make. Just they get excited about the more upbeat stuff, like, oh, this gonna go to radio, but the shit I feel like that the people really want to hear, that want to connect to, they don't be excited about that. So
yeah. I think that's one of the things that I was trying to say on Who Killed R&B. Who killed the freedom of a vocalist of your stature being able to sing from her heart, you know what I'm saying, and following the footsteps of Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige, all of the greatest artists in the world, and you want to put out something that showcases your stuff that's comparable to the greats in the feeling and the emotion, and there is something that is a concerted effort to dumb down some of your greatness. That's what I was trying to get out of the conversation, because I feel like a lot of R&B is dumbed down in a sense. And when I speak to artists that have, like yourself, that have worked with me on the album, they're like, yo, man, I feel so good. I could just sing the way I want to sing.
yeah.
And so, yeah.
I feel that. I really do.
Do you have to go through that? Like a lot, where you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you have to put some cut on the soul?
Yeah. Even I said I was never gonna do another album, but if I did do another album, it would really be some old school straight. So thank God, like you said, for Silk Sonic, that type of shit is what I want to do. But I don't know if it'll go anywhere. But at least I had fun.
Yeah, and that's what the conversation is about. I want everybody to get that clear. You know what I'm saying? R&B is not dead. There are so many young artists, and anybody, hey, yo, Jeff, shout out to Jeff and her, anybody that got offended by me bringing the truth to light, it's not to offend, but it's to start the conversation. So as if I'm gonna be in the R&B game, I'm gonna be pushing back. I'm having conversations today with people that actually will try to tell you how to produce a record or talk about a time, but they never talk about the feeling. They don't talk about the feeling no more. And so as I started the conversation, because I was like, man, there's so many talented artists that are out there. And I think this is, right now, we're going through an R&B renaissance. So I actually think that because of artists like yourself, like The Weeknd, you know what I'm saying? Like Chris Brown, of course, the king of R&B. List of names, LMA. Because of that, there's a research.
Jasmine Sullivan had to throw
Jasmine Sullivan's on the album. She is, definitely one of the greats, one of my favorites. And there's such a resurgence that's going on right now. But the resurgence is at jeopardy because of the algorithm and because of who initially killed R&B. Now, R&B got killed, and I'm gonna give y'all the answer. Who killed it? When you had these executives that never was about R&B, but the algorithm started, and the algorithm said dance music. And then so they would take our artists and say, yo, have them make dance music. The algorithm said they want it simpler. So then on your choruses, it was like no need for you to add an ad-lib, And so as R&B starts to have a renaissance, R&B is important for the balance and the frequency of life. Babies wouldn't be made without R&B. You know that babies would not be made without R&B. The frequency of love, something that you could go listen to when your heart is broke, something you could go listen to when you fall in love. And so that's what I'm here to unify us with. You know what I'm saying? Is that as R&B artists, as producers, I feel like we should be heard more. And I started to bring this up because I got this record with her, and the record like a 5-6 minute long record. And that's just what I wanted to do. And I realized, man, like, yo, you got the opportunity to do that. But some other artists, they trying to make them forced and put them in a box. And that's what you can't do with R&B. Like, you can do numbers on hip hop because you understand the structure. But R&B is supposed to be able to have freedom to go to bridges, go to vamps, and do other things.
I was concerned about that, like, the time thing is really a thing. I've heard that a million times, like, oh, Summer, it's too long. It's too long. It's too long. Like, I remember when songs back in the day was literally like 6 minutes long, 5 minutes long, and it's okay. I mean, if it's fucking music, especially, like, let it go, let it, like, that is really a thing.
Well, I wanted to talk to you because you are definitely, you are great. I tell her every time I see you, your voice, I pray to God this is not your last album. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to know that artists, this is a real thing about R&B in this conversation, because you have Tiana Taylor that retired. You got Summer Walker that's talking about retiring. It's because they tired of the motherfucking bullshit. That's what I'm bringing to the light. So please don't retire. Thank you for being on my album. Thank you for checking in with us. We're going to be begging you to keep on putting out music. Shout out to Elvion and the whole crew over there. And it's just, thank you for your time, because your perspective is one of the most important perspectives out there, because your talent is at that level. You know what I'm saying? So just love.
You hearing that from a legend is crazy. So thank you.
It's the truth. And I look forward to us to making music together where there's no restrictions, making more music where and we can just feel. And to all the R&B artists and producers, remember, it's about the feeling first,
Call me.
I will. Love.
Love. Bye.
All
Thanks.
right. So, as y'all can see, I'm trying to really make sure that I redirect the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a person of love. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to bring a frequency. I'm here to bring music for the ladies, things for people to dance to. I'm not here to be divisive of new artists versus old artists versus other styles, different approaches, anything like that. But I'm always going to be here to challenge you to be the greatest you. I'm going to challenge your vocals. I'm going to challenge you to get off the auto-tune. I'm going to challenge you to bare your soul. I'm going to challenge you to be a man and cry on a record. I'm going to challenge you to love a woman. I'm going to challenge you to have foreplay. I'm going to challenge you to keep your stroke on for a 10-minute record. I'm going to challenge you. I'm back in the game. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge the conversation, and you don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? But this is important for the whole thing. You got to be part of the conversation. This man, my man right here, he knows it. He stays in the conversation. What's up, T?
What's going on, my man? How you feeling?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm on top and rising, man. Couldn't be better.
It's so crazy. I'm on a love frequency, but you know I got a mean toxic side to me. And nigga, when I be throwing that Playboy on, I can leave that bitch on motherfucking repeat.
Nah,
and just let it really do its thing.
For sure.
And that's crazy. Is that, you know, out of my R&B artists, that I don't know if people would know that you are one of my favorite R&B artists.
Wow, that's
what I'm listening to in the crib when I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing my thing, and you know what I'm saying, with my lady, when I'm just you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
When I'm in that motherfucking vibe, and everybody got to start front. When they get in that vibe, they know they go get some of that Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez got a good 6 joints on the smashing playlist.
Nah, look, that's a fact. I'm here to touch on everything that you're talking about, and I don't think that you was wrong for saying what you said either. I think that it needs to be said more unapologetically so that niggas can understand what's really going on. The reality of the situation is like you got artists, even like Summer. And by the way, before I even say anything, Summer, I love your music. I love her, everything about her art, her creativity, and like her rawness, and just like everything about her. And like even like how she's saying, I would love to put out this type of album, but I don't know if anybody will listen to Summer. I promise you, me by myself will make that shit go platinum. I'll listen to that shit 100,000 times. My thing is like, it's not that R&B is dead. There's incredible artists out. There's incredible R&B artists out every single day. The problem is and that's just what it is. Like you got a lot of because you know we're in a time where there's a lot more controversy and a lot of a shock factor and stuff like that. They highlight in the moments when the OGs is beefing with the young niggas and it's a king of R&B thing and or the competition moments, and it's not really about who's making great music, which OGs is leaning down and making music with the young niggas. The state of where we're at with it, and even like just people in general that love R&B. It's not that we're saying, you know, there's not good R&B out. There will always be R&B out. Yeah. The problem is right now is that I think down the line, there started to be this thing where it's like, yo, I can't do R&B unless it's as raw and rugged as what I'm hearing outside. And now it's like this thing where it's like, it gotta be toxic. Yo, as a nigga who started and been doing this toxic shit for about 8-9 years on the R&B, it don't gotta be toxic, my nigga. I wanna hear about love again. I wanna hear about, you know what I'm saying? I wanna be able to, there's not a moment. The problem is like, I feel like there's not enough moments in R&B now. There's not enough times where we able to be. There was always a moment in the club when you used to be chilling with your girl or something, and you reach for her face and you singing the music in her face, and there's not the moment for that no more. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the culture of it that I think is dead. It's not the I think there's incredible artists out right now, but it's the culture and it's the direction and where we're going with it. It's only going to a place that's like this dark, like not about love thing where it's just about and then You know what I'm saying? And I'm a nigga who make that type of music, but I'm even saying like, yo, I'm even like at a place where it's like, I want to do something different. Hence why my last project was Alone at Prime. And it was nothing like anything that niggas was doing, because I was like, yo, you know what? Fuck these niggas. It's not like niggas is playlisting me anyway, nigga. I'm just drop my shit, niggas.
Fuck these niggas.
And from that point on, and I'm gonna let every artist notice, and every R&B artist notice, the second that I decided to say, fuck this shit and fuck what you niggas is talking about, I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna go all 80s on niggas. I'm gonna do some shit niggas ain't even doing.
Right.
That was the moment that people looked at my music and were like, yo, this is some of the best music that you've ever released. And if I didn't take that time and I didn't take that moment to say, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna be fearless, it wouldn't be nothing for niggas to look at and be like, yo, I'm gonna be fearless too.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is like us as the young niggas and us as the young generation right now, we gotta realize we hold way more weight than we think. Like, for instance, like, and not to just keep bringing it up as a comparison, but like, even with Summer Walker, it's like sometimes I see Summer Walker say, yo, I don't want to do music no more. I don't want to, and to me, it's like, yo, that breaks my heart, because I'm like,
yeah,
music, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we got to remember that we are actually more of a bigger voice. Our voice is like 100 times multiplied to regular people that are actively trying to be writers or musicians. And when we say stuff or when we do stuff, we got to realize like people are really looking at us for, this is just how I need to look at it, because this person looks at it like that. And what I've realized is just like, we need to be more innovative on just bringing that feeling back and bringing moments back to R&B. You know what I'm saying? And that will really bring the culture back to me.
I'm gonna tell you a crazy thing is there's really not a platform for love. The way they got this algorithm programmed, they just got it really programmed for, like, you know, not a balance of love. You know what I'm saying? So thinking like about an artist like you, and you got a record, a love record, it's almost like, and you bearing your soul to a woman, it's not even a place. Then a playlist may not even put you in playlist because your shit got too much love in it. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
That's what I'm trying to say. Who is controlling the frequency and the vibration? Because there's fear that's in the air about being free. You're a certain type of cat. You
I want to say
zero fucks a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to think about other people that have the talent that's just stuck in the studio like, oh my God, what I do? I can't just sing what God gave me in my voice to sing.
I'm outside. I'm in the studio sessions with niggas all the time. And sometimes I'll go into an OG nigga session, like one of the big R&B, I'm saying no names or nothing, but I'll go into like one of the niggas from our time, and it'll be like, yo, I can't wait to make music with this nigga. And this happened countless times. I go in the studio, and when I get there, it's always this hesitation of like, yo, listen to these records. The records are always great. They sound like how they used to sound. They may not sound like how our records sound, but they sound like how they're supposed to sound. And the music that's supposed to, that I feel like some of the OGs are supposed to be releasing, it's like this hesitation, like this like, yo, nah, I'm out of tune with what you're doing. I want to do what you're doing. And I'm like, nigga, I want to do what you're doing. The fuck are you talking about? But what niggas don't understand is like, we're only doing what we're doing because I feel like some of the OGs never really leaned down to show us how to do what they did. It just became this thing where it's like, now the OGs want to, it's just like, nah, if our shit isn't dark and toxic, then it's not going to go right. Yeah. It's like, nah, nigga, we need the advice. We need all of the 2 cents that you have that shows us how to make records, that shows us how to do harmonies again, that show us how to make shit sound great. The things that you guys all must have somehow knew in this time when you were all recording these records, we need those. We need those gems so we can start making music like that. It's not that no one's controlling the algorithm, love. It's not that no one's controlling the algorithm.
Okay.
We're controlling the algorithm. And if we as R&B niggas and R&B people don't stand up as a community of people that start actually standing together and just making what the fuck we want, we're going to be in this place where we're never going to make what we want to make. And we're always going to be at this place where R&B is obsolete in the club. And all we're hearing is copy-pasted songs about niggas with these imaginary ops, all these fake-ass guns from Call of Duty, and all this shit that niggas is talking about. And there's never going to be that moment when we're in the club they stop, they slow it down. You grab a shorty, and you know what I'm saying? There's not that time. You know, so the innovation has to be re-brought out from not only the OGs, but even us as the young generation of all of us doing R&B. And niggas got to do this one thing too. The R&B niggas is bougie. Stop that shit. We all need to work together. The problem is there's a lot of bougie shit going on. Because it's only some of us out, it's like, nah, I'm competition with that nigga because it's a scarcity of us. But that's really what the problem is. Back in the day, you had the niggas jumping on songs with each other. You know what I'm saying? You had moments. There's no more moments. There's a lot of bougie. I don't know if I should. It's not like how it used to be. The unity needs to be back into our community. I don't mean to run.
I'm with you on that, and that's what this is really about. As I hear you talk about like OGs versus this and that, let's stop that right there. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got something to learn something from no matter what age you are or what era or whatever that you came in. I'm glad this conversation is happening so everybody can stay, because I'm a unifier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anybody that wants to like break people up or have us against each other, the different subgenres and the different styles. That's not the purpose. Is me recognizing and saying, like, you could be freer. Like, I love you as an artist. I'm listening to your music, and I know that there's more going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I know you gotta love. You know what I'm saying? But I know when a cat is in a trick bag in a position and he got some cut on his stuff. So now when I'm saying why you one of my favorite R&B artists, is that you ain't got no cut on your shit. You doing whatever the fuck you want to do right now. How you want to riff, doing whatever you want to do. And I'm saying it's important that whatever the producers that have the code, people that get together, I just wanted the energy. You know what I'm saying? We here to unify all of us together and talk about a platform that's important for us. As you know, we got to have that balance. It's part of our African American culture. Everything else has been erased. Now you don't have a representation of that blackness and that freeness the way we want to do it. Let me ask you this. Why don't you think cats use bridges or vamp out or do ad-libs?
It's disconnecting. What, my fault? I didn't hear the last thing.
Yeah, it's all good. I said I want to ask you a question. Why don't you think cats do like bridges or vamp outs or have instrumentation or changes of B section?
I'm trying to tell you the